Good evening, everyone. On behalf of ISBA and the incubator community, I take immense pleasure in welcoming you all for the ISBA DST 4 days workshop on accelerating the accelerators. At the outset, I thank the NSTDB for supporting this program. This program is organized exclusively for the DST incubators, and we thank the NSTDB team for supporting this initiative. And we also have surprises today. We are happy to have Dr. Neeraj Sharma, the Secretary, Technology Development Board. Welcome, sir, for this event. And he is joining us for the inauguration function and to share about the details about the TDB initiatives for the startups. And welcome you, sir, on behalf of ISBA and the incubator managers, and on behalf of NSTDB. We welcome you. It's a joint program for both of us, and you are part of NSTDB also. And I take this opportunity to welcome Commander Navneet Kaushik, the scientist from Technology Development Board. Welcome you, sir. And ma'am, it's because of you, I think we are having Dr. Neeraj Sharma and Commander Navneet here. And you are making use of every opportunity that you come across to support us, to support the startups. On behalf of all the incubator managers and on behalf of ISBA team, I welcome you, ma'am, for joining us. And we are partnering, ISBA is partnering with Startup Resu and for organizing this program. And we have the co-founder of Startup Resu and the CEO of Startup Resu, Ms. Sweta Tiwari, with us today. Welcome, Sweta. And we also have the team from Startup Resu, Mr. Monil Katari and Anumeha. Welcome, Monil and Anumeha. And we plan to do this program earlier. The budget has been sanctioned to do a face-to-face training program, and it has been approved, and we are about to launch that. But because of the pandemic situation, we have to deviate from this face-to-face training, and we have moved to this virtual training program. And we have about 44 incubation managers across the country participating in this program. We had overwhelming response, but we limited to one incubation center for this program, representatives from one incubation center. And all these participants are from DST supported incubators. And it's a 4-day program that we are planning it. And apart from Startup Resu, we also have the representatives from various accelerators, not only from India, but across other regions also. Thank you, Sweta and team, for taking the efforts in bringing in various experiences for this program. We have planned to do it in 2 legs, madam. Today and tomorrow will be the first leg, and we give some time for the incubation team to go back to their desk and work and come back after a week. And looking at this response, we thought of doing a repeat program also in the month of November. And with these few words, I once again thank NSTDB for supporting this. And for the information of the members, we have also received the support or the sanction to conduct virtual expos. And we'll be conducting 3 virtual expos in coming months on trust area basis. And also, we have also received the sanction from Department of Science and Technology to have a leadership series. We will be having about 10 leaders from the innovation and ecosystem, startup ecosystem and entrepreneurship ecosystem players, leaders from this domain in coming months. With these few words, I request Ms. Sweta Tiwari, the co-founder and CEO of Startup Resu, to brief or give the overview about the program. Over to you, Sweta.
Thank you, Dr. Suresh, and good afternoon, everyone, to the dignitaries on the screen here with me and people who are in the attendees right now. So a very warm welcome to Dr. Anita Gupta, Navneet Kaushik, Dr. Neeraj Sharma, Dr. Balachandra, my colleagues Monil, Anumeha, and my colleagues from the ecosystem who are attending the program today. My name is Sweta Tiwari, and I'm the co-founder of Startup Resu. My apologies, I've just put my video off because of low bandwidth. This is going to be a hands-on training program to build a strong startup accelerator brand for your own organization that you're going to be learning over the course of the 4 sessions of the program that we have designed for you. Operating an accelerator is not an easy task, and determining the impact of an accelerator is much more complex than what we believe. In fact, trust me, in our previous avatar, we have been operating programs for governments, for corporates, our own brand of accelerator programs, and identifying what is the success of an accelerator has always been challenging. And because of multiple reasons, because the ROI or the expectation of an outcome from an accelerator program for a sponsor is very different, for a host institute is very different, versus what the program itself expects is very different. So during the course of this program, we are going to be learning on one, how to identify or how to create an accelerator program, which is one, sustainable. Second, how do you create modules which are not just sustainable, which are not just successful for the startups, but for you as an accelerator? How do you derive those success matrix for your sponsors, for your host institutes as well? And as we all know, accelerators rarely lead to an instant result, right? Or an instant success. So setting that expectation is very important. And this expectation setting right from your various different stakeholders who are investing time, money in your program, right from them to you yourself. Because this has to be a long-term game, I would say, investment for you to start seeing results. You can't see results in a short span of time. So before you decide in a short span whether your program is successful or not successful, give it some time. Give it the desired time to show results to you. And before you set up an accelerator, you must definitely think of multiple requirements, such as how do I design an accelerator program? Or what should be the length of my program? Where should I set it up? Should it be an online or an offline program? Or maybe in today's world, should it be a hybrid model? What is the sector that I should focus? How many startups should I take on board in the program? Or even before that, what are the kind of startups should I start targeting? Should I start taking into my program? The stage, the sector, the size of the startups, and so on. So here in this program, we will help you answer to get answers to all these questions to yourself and arrive at a solution for the same. So the 4-day program of an the 4-day program on accelerator for accelerators will help you learn on how to create and execute a sustainable accelerator program. Our goal over the course of next 4 sessions is to empower you to learn and develop skills to operate programs in the ecosystem and together work towards building a much more stronger ecosystem. Monan, do you want to just pull the agenda slide up? So I'll very briefly run you through the agenda for the next 4 days, how it looks like. So like Dr. Suresh was mentioning, the program is further divided into 4 parts. So day 1 and day 2 is this week, which is today and tomorrow. And next week is the balance 2 days. Okay, so here's the screen. So today is going to be more of an introduction to the program, where we will learn right from how do you define a startup, what is an incubator, what is an accelerator, the difference between incubators and accelerators, learning about the landscape of incubators and accelerators, not just in India, but also touching upon a couple of top global incubators and accelerators as well. Tomorrow, which is day 2, we will be focusing more on the practical approach of setting up a program. So we will run you through a playbook where how do you create a sustainable and successful accelerator program. Right from there to we will do exercises where we will learn or we will design our own, we will help you design your own accelerator program. Day 3, which is next week, we will be focused more on learning how do you develop a sustainable model for your accelerator program. And day 4, which is again next week, we are bringing few industry experts. Now, these industry experts are people who have been operating successful and sustainable accelerator programs in their previous journey. So they will come and share their experiences or best practices on how do you operate a successful accelerator program. So that's what we are briefly going to cover, and I will now hand it over back to Dr. Suresh.
Thank you, Shweta, for the overview about the program, and we look forward to a effective and wonderful program in coming days. Now I request Dr. Neeraj Sharma, Secretary, Technology Development Board, to share the thoughts on the TDB's initiatives to support the startups. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Suresh. Nice to see you back, and nice I am back. Thanks to Anita for all this. We were actually scratching our head as to how to start supporting the startups in the country, and we have been sort of in the Technology Development Board, we have been accused of not giving funds to these startups, and we are shying away from supporting the startups. And there are many questions, queries, and people are raising against us. We would like to be very much in the picture and not try to. We are not trying to be away from this and play safe. So we also want to take now risk as much as you are taking. But the only difference is that we don't want to overlap our journey with your journey. Probably, I think I'm talking about the journey with the NSTDB. NSTDB is supporting maybe early stages and things like that. Though our act and our mandate, or whatever you may call them, objectives of the Technology Development Board doesn't stop us even doing that. We can also go back, in previous things also this has happened. Incubators were supported by TDB, and that fund was used for startups, for funding and seed support, etc. But my personal view is that we don't want to venture into that again, because that role is now very well clearly defined for NSTDB, and many other institutions are there who are supporting through seed support. I think DPIIT and others have also started, and Atal Innovation, I don't know about them, but many of them are already supporting through the seed support route. So having said that, we don't want to actually overlap that kind of a role, because the funding is the same. It's a government funding, it's a public funding. So whichever source it comes from cannot be, and there are chances that the same incubatee or the same startup company may be taking funds and taking advantages of from multiple sources. And many times in this country, you do not know where and how they are approaching and whom they are approaching, what kind of funding support they're getting. There are chances that they may, fool you by taking advantage of that and taking funds from multiple sources for the same activity. Now, this is a different subject altogether, but what we are looking for is to support the startups where actually the role of NSTDB ends, kind of, or where there is more, the startups are more into commercialization of their activities. And Technology Development Board is agnostic to any kind of funding or any kind of technology or subjects. So we can go into even in software also. So there are many software companies supported by TDB, and they are being supported by us. So it is not that we are only looking for manufacturing, though the role of manufacturing industries are very important in this country, because ultimately, if the economy has to rise, you have to go back to the primary and the secondary sector, which is the agriculture and the manufacturing, both. So in the pandemic also, we have seen that agriculture has really done very well, despite the pandemic, despite the challenges that the farmers and the farming community, even the processing community and the storage community have faced. But the country was running, and agriculture was happening in this country. Manufacturing went down, and the industries were locked, And having said that, we are not saying that we will not be interested in software industries or the tertiary sector of the economy. They are welcome, provided they also add the value in the technology commercialization space. We have actually, as I mentioned earlier, we have shied away from supporting the startups because of the very nature of the risk that the startup companies have. And what we have experienced in the past in the NSTDB also and in TDB also, startups are really risky ventures to move on. And there has been a mental block, so to say, in the Technology Development Board that our money has to come back to us because it's a loan route that we normally follow, and loans are to be repaid, and therefore there are many problems and issues and challenges. Though we have got a substantial amount of money back into the system, into the government system, the government which gave us about 800 to 900 crore rupees in a period of 25 years, TDB has reinvested them as about 1800 to 1900 crore rupees, which is only the investment part I'm talking about, not the money which is generated by the industries or by the through the markets and other things. Many jobs have been created, so there is no account for that as such. There is a little data that we have available with us, that what is the role of TDB and what it has done. We are also trying to capture that in the last 5 years, what we have done. We're trying to get some kind of a compendium of those kinds of successes, etc., etc. So I think we will be writing formally, if I may mention here, to maybe NSTDB first, and we would seek again, as I was dealing with NSTDB earlier, that we took the help of ISBA earlier in the Kavach program, and then through IIT Bombay and many other such incubators and all. We have thought about it, that the incubator route, which is already available to DST, TDB is a part of DST, we are not away from it, and we are all together as a family. We'll have to work together and see that the role where the NSTDB role or the TBI's role ends and where we should begin. The role of TDB should begin where they are actually looking for technology commercialization space. And such kind of a funding is available with TDB. We can also think about giving all the part of the due diligence, etc., to ISBA or the agency that we identify as incubators. Probably ISBA would be the right place, if I may say so. We'll work on that. We'll work on that part. Not to announce it here that we are doing that way. I'm just thinking about how to proceed on supporting the startups who are in the space of commercialization. I was just had a short discussion with Suresh on this, and we would like to have many more such startups, and probably this accelerator platform which you are presently we are discussing today right now apparently looks at those companies or those startups which are actually in the advanced stages of getting mentoring support or other kind of a support, and probably there are more chances of their success in that sense, because they will be getting hand-holding support in a larger way, better way. That's what I understood from the accelerator program, which I handled for a brief period of time, because I did not have much opportunity in understanding the accelerator program. But as far as I could understand now, that it is a program which gives more, puts more weight in terms of the all kinds of support, including the funding support, etc. So there, I think there are chances of getting more successes from such startup companies which are coming from accelerator, not undermining the incubation effort. Incubation can also bring in. So our actually the objective, or what we are thinking, that we should at least get, let us say, a dozen of them in a year or so, one per month kind of a thing. I'm not sure about the success which we may be getting in, taking the startups to that level. So we'll have to work out on that. And as I mentioned, that we have been sort of accused of not supporting the startups, and there is no intention of not supporting to them. Probably now the time has come I think it was earlier, there was not such a time. When a time has come where TDB has to play its role in this part also. So my best wishes to all of you for this, but I am a little, looking for support from you guys for the TDB. Though I'll not be there for longer period in TDB. I'll be shortly leaving that as soon as a new person joins. The process is going on. But having said that, on this part of the side also in DST, I'll be continuing supporting the TDB in any case, because that role will still continue with me. I hope so. And in that case, we have to really take in a very concerted effort together. All of us have to work very hard and bring some laurels to the TDB as well, because our role is very difficult. Actually, if you see, the role of TDB is very, very tough and very difficult in terms of funding support. Startup seed support, etc., is much easier probably compared to TDB. I'm not saying that it is easy to do that, but if I'm comparing with TDB role and TDB support, it is much at a lower stage and easier stage than TDB. But nonetheless, I wish TDB should get. I'm speaking on behalf. I'm just hoping that many more such companies should come and get support from TDB. We have funds available with us. We have all the routes available with us. We have grants in aid route. We have equity route. We have loan route. Whichever one the company wants. Doesn't mean that only the startup companies are only looking for grant in aid. There may be some companies looking for loan also. It's a very easy loan. So those kinds of things and due diligence, etc., that part we can discuss. And when we formalize things with TDB, NSTDB, and ISBA and incubator community. And not only the incubator in India, but we may like to get your support to get startups to us. In the virtual mode also. I mean, all kinds of things can happen. So let us open this door for all of us as a part of. So let's not restrict to only the incubation or the ISBA or just taking a fund from here and there and taking some fee or management fee, etc. These are all part of it. So nothing is going to stop that. So if you do some work, you'll get some management fee as well. So nobody stops doing that. Yeah. So we are looking forward to some successes for us. So I'm actually let me be selfish on behalf of TDB, because we are getting good bashing from all across. Thank you very much for patiently listening to me.
Thank you, sir. First, I want to mention that TDB is the organization which has seed funded the seed fund scheme to incubator as well as to the DST, and always TDB has taken a lead. And in this initiative also, right, there's no need to have any concerns. We always have a 100% support from us, and ISBA is always be helping with whatever way possible for all the initiatives of either DST or TDB. And we don't differentiate between TDB or DST till people like you are there, right? We don't feel the difference that we have a new person there. Always we have the feel of one more colleague is there at TDB, right? And whatever possible way, right? And I have seen the conference that you had on ISBA. It is a collective conference that our members have given to us, and we have an unsolicited support from the members last almost 2 decades. We are nearing the 2 decades of our existence, and an incubation association existing for 2 decades itself is a great achievement. And count on us, sir. We are there to support you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
And I request Commander Navneet Kaushik, the colleague of Dr. Neeraj Sharma at TDB and the scientist at TDB, to share your thoughts, sir. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. Secretary sir has covered nearly all what we wanted to say. So over the years, TDB has actually funded a lot of companies, and but mostly we have been in terms of the larger companies. Now, with the startups ecosystem growing and maturing up, we are actually looking up for the companies which we can actually support, where they are going for commercialization. So actually, it is with that intent that we are approaching ISBA, and rather to any incubator which has a company which is at commercialization stage, they can always come to us. We are open throughout the year. The application process is quite simple, and it is through our website. Otherwise, we are always responsive. So any one of you, if you have a company which you think needs a support and it falls into our mandate, we'll be more than willing to take it. And we are always there. Website, we have the numbers, emails, and you will get a response. Like I've not heard that somebody writes to TDB and have not got a response. With this, I'll.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your support to the startups. And I think a vibrant team is there at TDB. And if not today, right, if we are not going to reap it today, it will be difficult. And we assure you our support, sir. Thank you very much. And we have Mr. Praveen Rai, the team member at NSTDB with us. He has helped us a lot in organizing this program. A lot of deviations, a lot of discussions and deliberations, and we have come to this stage. And the pandemic has made us to think new innovative programs, and even Virtual Expo is an outcome of Mr. Praveen Rai's thought. Thank you very much, sir, for not only you have given us some thoughts, but you have also showed the way to us to implement it. Thank you very much, and I request you to say a few words. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Suresh, and all the members on the panel and all the incubators who are participating in this. This is certainly, I mean, the program, because of this pandemic, I mean, we were planning one program, a physical program for the accelerator, how to run an accelerator for the incubators. But because of this pandemic, we could split it into 3 verticals now. And because of this, these 3 verticals are coming in, are being in place. And this is one part of that, like this virtual program for the incubators. So what we feel like, we have been saying it for past so many months and all, that this is the best time for the startups because a lot of funding is there. And how this is just like DST itself is giving funding at 2 different levels. Like TDB has also come. So once we leave our funding, then TDB is ready to take you further. So this is the best time indeed for the incubate startups to grow and scale their operations. Second, what I like to say, like few days back, we had one session with Mr. Anil Lamba on financial management. And then, I mean, though we all know, but just the way he could make us realize, it was like financial management was something which, after having such kind of incubation network, one should not fail because of mismanagement in financial terms. So this is a best time for the incubators to learn how to train their startups and give them handholding support, so that at least because of this financial mismanagement, if it is the product, if it is a technology, it is all acceptable. But at least with because of this financial mismanagement, no startups would fail. So all the best. Give your best time and take best out of this good knowledge and entire the strength of the team, which is going to give you different sessions and let you go through the entire journey of this training. All the best.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. And I also recognize the presence of Dr. Sapna Kaushik, the scientist at NSTDB in this program. Thank you, ma'am, for joining us. Just before the lockdown, during the last week of March, I received a phone call from the then head NSTDB, Dr. Neeraj Sharma. He made a call and asked me, Suresh, what ISBA is doing for the COVID-19 situation. Then I told him, sir, whatever you say, we are ready to do it. But that particular call and the word got converted into Kavach. And then we didn't feel that we are in a lockdown mode. And the 3-member team from DST made us to work. Dr. Neeraj Sharma, Dr. Anita Gupta, and Mr. Praveen Rai made us to work like 12 to 14 hours a day. Still now we have started cherishing that, what kind of days that we have. And once the proposals has been done, we thought that, okay, we have done, and now it's time to relax. But immediately right, we started receiving a lot of other initiatives after Dr. Anita Gupta ma'am took over here. Right from Kavach, now it went to Kavach. Now we are working on the Kavach Virtual Expo. We are working on the Kavach Outcome book. But it didn't stop there. It went to distributor network. We had 6 to 7 hours of discussion on the distributor network, the other initiatives. It's also on our task. And we are seeing Incubator 5.0 or Incubation 5.0 in last 6-7 months. And thank you, ma'am, for your support to us. Right, we can feel the warmth, and at the same time, we also feel the aggressiveness, right, in implementing the things, the speed at which you want us to do it. Still, we are coping up with your request, even though there is some delay in meeting the deadlines. So we look forward to your address, ma'am, for your opening remarks. Over to you, ma'am.
So, thank you, and thank you, Dr. Neeraj Sharma, Commander Kaushik, Suresh, Praveen, and all my NEB team, and all those who have joined, and even Startup Resume. So let me start where you ended, because we have to pick up the thread. So you said that we have started on an aggressive mode. See, we are talking of accelerator. Accelerator cannot be status quo. We have to really start where actually there is some speed shown, but if speed is constant, you have to give a push. So it can be done only with, we have a some sort of assertiveness, some conviction, because we believed in you, you can deliver. That's how we translated everyone, and I think you all have delivered. You should feel proud that whatever has been done, and Kavach has been cited in almost every forums when we talk of startups dealing with COVID-19 solution. So everyone deserves a lot of appreciation for this, and I'm very happy to share, because now, and even the DST impact report, that NEB impact report of 5 years, whatever, actually everything went for 2 years. It was in a very slow pace, and everywhere you required acceleration mode. So when we really pulled up the socks and accelerated it, and I think whatever has been sort of finding of the 5 years, it is really heartening to note some of the facts and figures. So starting on that particular note, everyone deserves compliments, be it incubator, be it the startups, be it the entire NSTDB team, who really work day in and day out, I think ever since the pandemic has struck, and we are now sort of used to this kind of activity for last 6-7 months. Now let me dwell a bit about and go back to the drawing board when we really conceived this program, why this was really conceived. In fact, to talk about, we don't need accelerator program. We don't need it, because incubation model should be robust enough that they prepare the startups within the incubation period in a way they bring to that level. The speed is there. Only thing is, once they graduate out of the incubator, they should be in a position that the speed or acceleration takes off on its own. That is the ideal scenario. But since it was not happening, we could figure out there are set of startups who are struggling to scale up for want of quality mentorship, for want of enhancing their knowledge base skill set, how to really be investment ready. So for the investment readiness and figuring out which market segment are they focusing on, does their solution really is serving the product market fit. So from all those aspects, it was a felt need, and that's how under the Nidhi umbrella this accelerator program was conceived. So first premise was the cohort size has to be really small if you are talking about one-on-one or deeper engagement with mentorship. It is not a regular class like 50 odd startups. It's not you can say a very sort of group mentoring. It is sort of a mentoring which results in within a 3 to 6 months time frame. It is 2 days per week or whatever hours once fixes up. So after that duration, the startups who are you can say, if they start from the ideation and they validate their product within incubation, they reach out to customers, so n number of customers. They may be smaller segment. This gives them enough confidence to really now venture out in the real market. So they are at certain speed, certain stage of journey, of startup journey. So if from they have traversed or navigated the journey within incubation from A to say C, and E determines the clear success. So what are those, the D piece? How do you really traverse that journey from C to E in a shorter span? That should be made available through accelerator program, and that was the objective of. But I think we have supported most close to 25-30 accelerator programs. We were also learning the different ways, because we this was modeled based on the Y Combinator and a very limited experience of knowledge of having supported or having actually conducted accelerator program. It was purely drawn from the CII's past experience of supporting accelerator, and to some extent I think Shweta also highlighted Zone Startup was originally an accelerator. So that's how we live with a limited experience available within the country, but globally there were many good accelerator which have really delivered global success in terms of the kind of unicorns, the so-called benchmark of startup success, and the kind of investment which has really been infused in these kind of startups. Those were the clear metrics and indicators of success. But when we talk of our accelerator program, the way it was conceived and the way with I think 25 or 30 odd accelerator being conducted so far in last 3 years, we could see some of the institutions have tweaked their model to suit their requirement, and they are taking us startups even at the zero stage. They are not even, they have not really, no speed has been shown, but only so this was a very surprising element for us. When there's a clear cut, you need to accelerate from a certain stage, not from the ideation stage. So we have to, we are within the team, we have been deliberating internally what would the good accelerator program look like based on the learnings we had of last 3 years, and shortly we'll come out with a good program which is really acceptable. Because I'll be very candid, our finance also keeps on asking us this question: this whatever you are doing is the clear job of an incubator, what is that accelerator program is doing? So we have to be now very clear about it, what accelerator program brings value which incubation is not able to offer. If at all, so those aspects have to be clearly spelled out in our new version 2.0 of the Nidhi Accelerator, and henceforth we will also ensure that it has to be entirely domain focused, because country needs with the kind of mission we are focusing on, being Atmanirbhar India, figure out the sectors or domains where you really want India to align with the Atmanirbhar mission, whatever sector, agri, because I see some of the incubators do focus on, last time attended the demo day, it was fintech with Jain University, and even before that Derby did on medtech innovation and healthcare innovation. See, we can only deliver value when it is sector focus. Generic one, see, that is the prime duty of incubators. You don't have to confuse between the role of incubator, because now we have come and evolved to certain maturity level as per the startup ecosystem goes, as per the incubation ecosystem goes. So we don't have to reinvent the wheel. We don't have to keep on feeding incubators time and again for the similar activity. It has to be really one notch above what incubators offer, and which is really, you can, any startup within the accelerator cohort should feel the value derived as Praveen pointed out, and all those my team members who attended Mr. Anil Lamba's session. The way he imparted the ABCs of financial planning and management, we could have done any online class, but the effectiveness of his delivery, effectiveness of imparting the basics through examples and all, that makes a clear difference. So I think there should be a fight between the acceleration programs which are being offered, or incubation programs which are being offered, because thanks to COVID we have entered into hybrid model. So startup can choose from any 350 incubators, accelerators across the country, which is the best fit, which offers them the clear good value proposition if they have to invest their time and you can say resources getting associated. Everyone is looking for value. See, if you see in our new FA, she is now asking us to give us clear impact metrics of every program, smaller, how small a program may be. If you have invested 1 lakh, give us the impact metrics. And now think of it Center for Excellences. Why can't Center for Excellences be the entity who are positioned to accelerate any startup? Why should they be funded with any accelerator program? Because you are positioned much above the incubator program, so they should have all the resources, wherewithal to incubate, accelerate any startup. That's why they will be now in terms of positioning will be higher. If you are not designing from that perspective, I think we'll be failing in our duty. So this is the right time. Let us introspect. We have come to that level that everyone recognizes the role of DST, everyone recognizes the role of NSTDB, even ISBA too. If you see the last Ministry of Social Justice program, where for SC startups, without consulting us, they have just they have had so much confidence in DST supported incubators that they have included in the part of the scheme. So I think you have arrived, that is for sure. Our incubators have arrived to that level that without even they know that DST incubators will deliver. So if we have to deliver, we have to deliver on clear terms. We have to have clear metrics with us, and we have to absolute clarity what incubation will do, what acceleration will do, what Center for Excellence will do, where does the role of engaging partner institutions or partner agencies comes, and what are the missing pieces in terms of skill set. If incubation team, are they competent enough? Is the incubation model robust enough? If not, then identify that, okay, this is the missing piece we want to bring in through external resources, external mentors, and everything has to really come out as a clearly thought of proposal. If that is done, and just reacting to what Dr. Neeraj has highlighted, TDB, because of various reasons, was a bit reluctant in engaging with startups. But now when they are really keen to engage with startups, our incubator startups, it will be a good role of incubators to curate the startups to a level they become investable, they become fundable. And how it is to be done, because now when there is an open offer to you, I think you should grab the opportunity. And how will you be doing it? You have to give a pipeline to TDB or any other partner institutions who are ready to look at your kind of curated startups. Whatever due diligence have already been done at your end, I think that is the clear job. And with a kind of network we have created, we say 3,700 startups at any given point of time. I do not know with the pandemic, and I think 15% have really folded up or discontinued at this time. That study does not actually, I don't know, Suresh, have you really mapped the startups who are still continuing within the incubators, or they have sort of slowed down? What is the scenario which is really coming from the incubators in terms of distress level?
Ma'am, we have not yet done as an official survey, but most of the incubation centers have given 2 months, 3 months waivers for their incubators. So what we feel is the impact will be known after 2-3 months of the waiver, and they'll be trying to survey for another 2-3 months. So almost all the incubation centers in our network has given minimum 3 months of waiver to their incubators.
I think Sapna has also sent a mail.
Some of the IT startups have started working from home, and because of that, scaling down of their operations have happened. Like 5-seaters has come down to 2-seaters, right? Those kind of reflections are there. But we'll be knowing by November, December, we'll be knowing the real scenario.
Yeah, it will be worthwhile to know, because then it will make a good case to really revisit incubator model itself, which maybe because I think this situation is going to last for another year or so. So one should be prepared to what would be the future of incubation looks like. I'm for sure it is going to be hybrid model. Physical and will coexist. Physical to certain, it will be sort of 40%, 60% could be a virtual one. So you have to really give it a good thought. We worked on the distributed model as such. So I think whosoever you engage with, either with the accelerator or with the organizations like TDB who have evinced interest, that it has to be really value-added proposition with absolute clarity, and where you can really say with confidence, this was the role of incubator. You brought them from this level to this level. Now you are handing over the baton to TDB to take the forward. This is a sort of a you can say funnel which is brought, and TDB will do their own funneling as per their norms. So I think it is the high time you really unleash the power of collaboration, which COVID has really gave us the good evidence, how you really can fast track. And since it's the beauty of our autonomous organization, our network is we are all well connected. We are part of family. So we understand each other really well. And it's only sitting together and jotting down and connecting the dots so that picture becomes absolutely clear. And that's the message I wanted to give. And I think henceforth accelerator program will be unveiled in a new avatar. Let us see how does it take. But ultimately, any program which offers value to startups will always be welcomed. So thank you all. Thank you, ISBA. And thank you all the incubator fraternity. Thank you the larger ecosystem players, and thank you TDB. And my best wishes. Everyone after undergoing this program is much more enriched, both in terms of knowledge and skills, how to manage an incubator and as well as accelerator. Thank you.
Thank you. Over to Bala.
Yeah. Thanks, Suresh. Good afternoon, everyone. And any accelerator program, there are two defining characteristics. One is the access to growth finance. The other one is access to markets. So in this context, it's very appropriate that Technology Development Board headed by Dr. Neeraj Sharma has taken the initiative to come on board and provide that extended support for startups post their incubation. So it's a very good move, and this is an appropriate moment when we are talking about accelerated training. TDB, Dr. Neeraj Sharma and Commander Navneet have come and joined us and given an overview and also the intent to associate with ISBA on this particular program. Thank you very much. And I also take this opportunity to thank Dr. Anita Gupta, advisor and head LST EDP, for her commanding of this initiative. And moreover, she has also clearly articulated the expectations of the department and also the context and framework of this program. It is pretty clear for us to take this forward. So I also thank Mr. Praveen Roy and Dr. Sapna Kaushik for gracing this occasion, and Mr. Praveen also has played a stellar role in clearing this. Last 3 months there have been good number of discussions, and the flexibility with which the scheme gets altered now has enabled to seamlessly shift to online mode from the physical in which it was originally envisaged. Thank you, sir. And I also thank Ajay of Startup Reserve and his team members, Ms. Sweta Tiwari and Ms. Moni. I think last 3 months we have been again having number of discussions to design this program and also structure this program. So this has been conceived very well, and next 4 sessions is going to be very, very interesting and immersive for all the participants. On behalf of ISBA, I also thank all the participant organizations, DST supported, and also ISBA members who have taken keen interest to join on board, and wishing you all the best and have an interesting learning from this session as well. So thank you, and over to Startup Reserve team for session changeover.
Thank you, Bala, and thank you, sir. And we request you to join the sessions whenever you find time and whenever you're free. You are also part of this program. We welcome you, sir.
Sure. Our entire team will be there. I mean, whatever time is there. So everyone will be interested to come in the sessions and have some knowledge of this. So
we
thank
have
you for that.
to all the DST officials.